We're here on a chilly Monday night with Carlos and Simon alongside to bring you news and updates from Round 4. How are you doing this evening, Carlos?
I'm doing good. Cold, chilly night. It's winter certainly here today, but on the weekend we had some mixed weather. Having three May days over 25 degrees, and then all of a sudden thunderstorms come on Sunday when we really need to play soccer. But it's a winter sport, Simo, and we certainly will be going all the way through winter in the WDSL with the juniors and the seniors. Obviously, the juniors had the second round this week.
They
Simo,
did, yes. Got some results here. Got no footage this week, by the way, so it'll be sort of a short video, but we'll start with the under-15s. Starting with the Mirror Stingrays and the Warrnambool Lions reverse fixture from last week. And the Mirror Stingrays having a pretty comprehensive win, 9-0 against the Warrnambool Lions. 5 goals going to El Malik. AWOL. Doing a very good job there. Nearly looking at a double hat-trick, but the coach decided otherwise. We also had goals each to Lily Weiss, Connor Bellman, is it Geva Atzili, and Kane Ackley all chipping in for that defeat. I thought really quickly that I was actually refereeing that game, Carlos, as you know. I thought the Warrnambool Lions played a much better game than last week by the sounds of it.
Yeah, they did. The boys and girls from Warrnambool came to Harris Street and they brought a much better attitude to the game. Kudos to the goalkeeper. He played a magnificent game. Could have scored maybe a lot more than the 9-0 that was recorded. Warrnambool had a decent defence. They're working themselves up. Obviously, Johnson, Matthew, the coaches, obviously instilling some training and some structure into the team. But in saying that, when AWOL is on fire, he scored 5 goals, and then I took him off with about 25 minutes to go in the game, just to give everyone else another go at playing. But congratulations to AWOL, fantastic result, and also to Lily Wise, who scored in that game as well. Fantastic player to Lily. So what were the best there?
Yeah, actually named as best was Lily and AWOL, along with Geva.
Yep.
And for the Warrnambool Lions, we had Ryan Brumby, Austin Evans, and Matthew Hartley named us the best for that team. Pushing on, we move on to the under-15s. We had Hamilton Raiders and the Jenny Flat Rangers, the reverse fixture from last week again, up in Hamilton. The scoreline for that, a little lopsided as well. Hamilton taking that one 10-2. Goal scorers for that match, we had Tom Hiscock with 4 goals, Tom Berendt with 1, as well as Nathan Casper, and 2 each to Riley Pickering and Lucas Egger, who picked up a hat-trick last week. Goal scorers for the G Flat Rangers under 15s, we had Lucas S. Wagner and Matthew Ray picking up 1 each. Best on ground for that, Tom Hiscock. I'm not going to do this right, am I? Shinjindu Ozolani,
I think that's how you say it.
And Carl Salt for Hamilton, and best on ground for the under 15 G Flat Rangers. Devon Quick, Lucas Esmaker, and Sean Cashel picking up the approval from the.
So obviously travelling is going to be a big talking point here in the season. I mean, both teams had full teams for that game, but obviously travelling is certainly the home advantage. It's paying off for both the Stingrays and the Hamilton Raiders in the under 15. So next week, round 3 for the under 15s. Stay tuned for that one. There'll be a quick little draw here of the next draws between the two teams. I haven't got the fixture here, but you can see it right here. Who's playing who? So all I know is, actually, I do know. Jenny Flat Rangers play Mirror Stingrays here at home. So the two Wolves teams are going to battle it out here, and Hamilton travels to Scotts Creek, the under 15s, to meet them at the home ground there for against the Hamilton Raiders under 15. So that's junior soccer for the week. Let's get on to the senior fixture. Simo, we had 3 matches.
All Sunday fixtures.
All Sunday fixtures. 2 games here at Harris Street Reserve and 1 at Hamilton College. The first game was between the Mera Stingrays against the Thunder Point Hawks in what was going to be a very hard-fought battle. I thought before the game, the Stingrays coming off a disappointing draw, I guess, against Corangamite at home, and then the Hawks, who were absolutely pollocks by the Rangers the last week. So both teams were looking to get something out of this, so they get the 3 points. Starting lineup for the Stingrays, we had Engen Torun in goals. The Stingrays' number 3 goalie, believe it or not. First goalie got injured with his hands, and Michael Mills, the captain, was unavailable this week, so he couldn't do goalkeeping duties. But Engen Torun, number 3 for the Stingrays, stepped up in goals, with Austin Del Rio on the right back, Nigel Gray and Alex Sheedy centre backs, with myself, Carlos Del Rio, on the left. Pushing up Tolga Merrick in the defensive midfield role, with Isham Panka just in front of him, playing that sort of close centre midfield role that I like to play with the Stingrays team. Sam Blackburn on the left wing, young Sammy Blackburn, and James Skinner on the right. So James Skinner got his favourite wing this time around. He's a right footer, but he's normally playing on the left. And up front we had Declan Irvine, a goalkeeper who hurt himself at footy the day before, so his hand wasn't too well, and then Daniel Buzadlo as our 2 attackers. For the Hawks, Corey Grappentine in goals, with Mark Hawkins on the right back, Nick Van Wingarden playing the super role, and in front of him in the centre back, Nick Johnson on the left back, Captain David Yates, and then midfield, the General Gil Malabar there, central midfield with Lincoln Warren. On the left wing, Rita Hewson, and on the right wing, Dan Sedgley. And 2 players up front for the Thunderhawks were Katie Hoffman and Josh Mutre. So Simo, I was at the game.
Yep.
Were you at the game? Okay.
Yes, I was running a line. It was a good contest, I must say. The Thunderhawks really came out to play this round.
They certainly did. They wanted to redeem themselves after the week before, and they did. They probably started with the attacking moves early on.
Yeah, absolutely. The first score last week, I think, when they were playing against the Rangers, first score came in the 4th minute. This time round, it took about half an hour, I believe, before we actually finally got a score registered, and that went to the Mera Stingrays.
Yeah, Danielle Busaglo, our female player, she's right here in the audience here, an absolute cracker, top corner. She's been threatening all season to get 1 goal for the Stingrays, and she got it. And it was a fantastic opener for the game. Cracking goal. And then a minute later, Sammy Blackburn, coming off the left wing, he sort of got past his marker and couldn't top off away from Corey Grappentine, who's been playing a really good season for the Hawks this year. The number 1 player, and that was at the half-hour mark.
James Skinner, I think, picked up a goal just before half-time.
Just before the half-time, but the Hawks had a couple of opportunities to go ahead and to equalise, but in saying that, Engen Torun played a fantastic solid goal. That's his preferred position back in Turkey, so Engen put the gloves on for the team and kept that clean sheet. Second half, Nigel Gray winning goals for the Stingrays. So Engen came out, and there was another goal to James Skinner on the 50th minute. And then at that point, 4-0 to the Stingrays. There was a goal for the...
Yeah, Thunderhawks, they've only got on the mark a 67-minute goal to Matt Hewson. The second half, Thunderhawks really took it to your guys, Carlos. At one point, I overheard Captain Dave Yates even yelling out, "Look what it's taken, these guys have had to bring everyone back to stop us from scoring." You guys were defending that, and I think you just wanted to maintain that lead. Thunderhawks were pushing very hard. Perhaps unfortunate not to score more than what they did. They had some shots even at the point blank range, but with football it does come down to luck, and unfortunately Thunderhawks were lacking a little bit of that on Sunday.
The next game, the game at Hamilton. Jenny Flat Rangers versus Hamilton Raiders. The scoreline for this one, no starting lineup given by both teams. So the referee only had just the scores on the team in the match record here, and the game went to Hamilton Raiders 5-4. The Raiders were leading at halftime at 4-2 with goals by Malcolm Brimmer on the 10th and 25th minute, and the Jenny Flat Rangers 30th minute as well. But the Rangers hit the lead early on with Michael Romans in the 19th minute, first goal of the game, and obviously Malcolm scored on the 10th. Then it was the Raiders on the 19th. Michael Romans hit one on the 19th. Jason Sutton scored on the 23rd minute to make it 2-1 to the visiting team. But it wasn't to be for long because Malcolm Brimmer scored one on the 25th, the 30th, and then there was another goal on the 35th minute by Henry Walker to be kicked 4-2 at the half. To make it very hard, I think, for your team, Simo, to come back.
Yeah, and as I said in the previous episode, if ever you're at Hamilton and you're there, you really got to get into a frame role where you've got to just dig deep and try and find something. And for a while, Jenny Flat, they came out in the second half on the looks and they scored 2 goals. Jason Sutton in the 55th and Michael Romans in the 82nd.
To have 4 goals recorded to cancel that, the 4 goals in the first half, but listen, Hamilton always sneak one in somewhere, and young Dalit Samuel in the 61st minute to make sure he had that extra goal to give his team the lead. It was always going to be hard for the Rangers to come back, especially since the number 1 keeper was off, the number 2 keeper was off, the number 3 keeper, John Miles, came and put the gloves on, and I think he got some votes in the game, so he must have played a massive game. Because in the best for the Rangers' name were Michael Romans, Stevie Shields, and John Miles.
Yeah, Tristan Pickering, Malcolm Brimmer, and Harrison Hall picking up the best on for the Hamilton Raiders.
And
Hamilton.
Final game, 3 o'clock game at Harris Street Reserve between Warrnambool Lions and the Deakin Dragons. And this game was an absolute cracker. It was a fantastic game by both teams. Both teams couldn't be separated for most of the game. Again, no lineups for the Deakin Dragons, but the Lions showed up with Dan Boyle in goals, with his brother Matt Boyle playing a super role in this game at the start, with Mick Merrick just in front of him in the central defence. On the right back, we had Damien Evans, and on the left back, we had Ash Lawler. So for a fairly comprehensive and strong defensive similar for the Lions. In the midfield, you could go.
In the midfield, James Plaza, Mina Ellis.
Yeah, they call him Clem over there. A Frenchman, I think he's French, Milo Ellis. Yeah.
And Simon
Giblin,
making up that 3-player midfield. With the front 3 of Seb Hill, Johnson Matthew, and Louis Guy, playing up forward.
So
with a different move.
It is. Obviously, that they haven't had a win yet, the Lions, and they were certainly looking for a win in this game.
Sam Alexander playing in the
as a sub.
As a sub.
Yeah, Sam Alexander. So that decent lineup for this game. The Dragons had a full team. Although no positions were named on the team sheets, they had, I think, about 16 players available for this game.
But with that said, just having a quick look, you've got some key players that perhaps they would have loved to have had. Campbell Scott and the Jacob Sargent.
Yeah, both. Yeah, arguably the best players in the teams out for this game. But in saying that, Chris Bellman stepped in goals for the first half, and Aidan Lyon came back to strengthen that defensive side of the Dragons' game, and he sure did that. Played a fantastic player of the round game. Aidan did in making sure that there was hardly anything that Warrnambool could do to start off and the Dragons got the first goal on the 20th minute. Elijah Kettle, beautiful run down the left-hand side, cut his player, and slid past Danny Ball. You don't see him diving that much, a big fella, but he sort of wanted to get to the ball and just couldn't get to it. But Elijah got the ball wrong in 20th minute. 20 seconds later, a foul is called when two Deakin players collide. You know, boys, you're going to start calling a name and not yourself. And the resulting kick from Matt Boyle went straight to the top corner, which I think Chris Bellman had a fingertip. He reckons he did. I'm pretty sure he would have claimed it if he'd gone over, but it went straight in. The same minute, 2 goals. So, like I said, this game was an arm wrestle from the start. And that's where the half ended. 1-1, no bookings. Both teams went away to rethink. And the interesting thing is that Matty Boyle pushed up to the midfield in this game. Sam Alexander was playing as a support role, and he came on and took a knock to the head with the ball. Not a player, but he came back in the second half and played a magnificent game as well for them. While Chris Bellman came off from goalkeeping duties and gave the gloves to Elijah Kettle, who I must say, if they're your number 3s and number 4s in goals, you've got quite a few goalies around.
I think they'll be okay.
They'll be okay. Both goalies played like this. Played a really strong game for the Dragons. But it wasn't to be. 10 minutes to go. The Lions sneak one through young Sebastian Hill, who'd been threatening all game. Congratulations, Seb. That was a great goal on the run to give his team a lead. 80th minute, 10 minutes to go. 1 minute to go in the game, the referee calls for a handball obstruction in the box to give Deakin Dragons the opportunity to equalise.
Yep.
The captain steps up, and unfortunately this time he hit the crossbar. Just shouted, you know, he nearly bounced. I was telling Simo that he nearly bounced the ball the way over the outdoors. It was with so much power, but unfortunately it didn't go in, and that's where the game ended up with the Dragons, with the Lions sneaking their first win 2-1 over the Dragons for their first win. It was a really good win for them because now that's put them into 4th place, into finals contention at the moment. So interesting round 4, and we're looking forward to round 5. So again, check our website, check the Wolves website, check the competition site. We'll be back next week with some footage from some of the round 5. Round 5 is the final round of phase 1 of the WDSL, so looking forward to giving you the ladder and also the action. So from Harris yourself, Carlos,
Simo.
see you later.